My lipstick is really like popping. Like, yes. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Asia. If you don't know, don't forget to like, subscribe. And yeah, just like watch my videos. I'm gonna look out for more. Anyway, it's May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I wanted to do like a quick little video just to talk about like mental health. I am a psychology major, so like I have to learn about it. But besides that, I actually have been diagnosed with anxiety, depression, PTSD, and borderline personality disorder. It's been 9 months since I last felt depressed, so yay. No longer depressed. I am in therapy getting help still. It's like really helpful, at least for me. Like, I know for some people, like sitting down talking to someone doesn't really help them, but it helps me. I've been in therapy about a year now. So yeah, it's been really helpful. And like right now during quarantine and stuff, like with the whole corona, we can't really go to therapy, but we do it like over Zoom or like FaceTime since we both have iPhones. So that's been helpful because like some days it's really hard when like being stuck inside, not socializing face to face anyway. It gets hard. Like I get caught up in my thoughts, overthinking. So still being able to like have my therapist like call and we talk once a week has been very helpful. Every time I think I'm doing fine and I have like my therapy session, it's like shit, I still have stuff to talk about. Like my therapist said something to me on Friday. She said to me, Friday was what, like 3 days ago? 2 days ago? Yeah, it was 2 days ago. She said to me that how, like, you know, she's proud of me. And I told her, like, yeah, you know, it's been 9 months since I felt depressed. And she said that she's happy that I'm keeping track of how far I've come and all of this. Like, because I was, like, really depressed. Like, I tried to commit suicide twice. I went to the hospital. So, like, she knows, like, that this is a big deal for me. And so she told me, she was like, you know, just don't put too much pressure on yourself trying to keep moving forward. Healing is not linear. It's not a straight line. It's not always going to be a straight line. It's a roller coaster. You know, some days you'll be super fine. And then other days you're just going to start crying randomly. You might not know why, but that's okay. She goes, as long as you get back up and you keep, you know, moving forward, just don't be too hard on yourself. And her saying that really, like, it clicked in my head because, like, yeah, like, I made it 9 months without being depressed. But obviously, when you're, like, trying so hard to, like, achieve something, you always kind of want it to be perfect. And I'm really hard on myself sometimes. Like, I want things to go a certain way, so when it doesn't, it's like, damn it. So, like, when she said that to me, it's like, you know what? Like, you're right. Like, there are days where I still cry. But I'm always like, I don't want to relapse. I don't want to relapse. Like, I don't want to fall back into a depression. I don't want that. So when she said that to me, like, it's a roller coaster. It's not linear. It's like, I don't need to be hard on myself thinking I have to walk this straight line to be better when that's not the reality of it. It's okay that I cry and that there are going to be days where I'm still sad. So, yeah, I wanted to kind of share that. Also, I just wanted to, like, I don't know, I really kind of just share my story, I guess, since it's, like, you know, Mental Health Awareness Month. I'm gonna be honest, I don't take medication for it. I used to take pills for, like, anxiety and depression, but I stopped because they really made me feel like a zombie. Like, I already sleep too much as it is. So when I got on those pills, I was just sleeping all day. Like, I would be up probably 5 hours a day and that's it, and be tired. Like, I just physically couldn't get out of bed. It also increased my anxiety attacks, and I was also having night terrors, like, so I kind of stopped taking them. But I did switch at one point. Like, I switched to medication, and the other ones were working fine. But like, when it comes to taking pills, I forget. I forget. So I stopped taking them again. But like I said, I've been fine without them 9 months, and I'm not depressed. I'm not depressed. So that's something to like celebrate. I have borderline personality disorder, apparently. I'm very impulsive when I get super angry, but it's like once my depression kind of went away, everything else kind of like minimized. Like everything kind of got shrunk and it got smaller. So I haven't like lashed out or like did something impulsive. Also, too, like I got rid of some people in my life that were like toxic or like bringing me down, who were like emotionally abusing me. So I think that also kind of played a part in it. Like, no, a certain person is not in my life. So therefore, when I get angry, I don't need to go lash out on him impulsively. So that's that. Also, like, you know what's kind of fucked up? 2020 is shitty. Like, 2020 is like, what? What is this year? Like, what? But for me personally, shit's amazing. Like, I have grown so much. Like, I'm good. The 2020 year is just like, but like, I'm finally like getting myself together, getting my life together, and then 2020 wants to be like, yeah, nah, fuck this shit. But yeah, also my mental health played a part in my like school education, all of that. Like, I had to take the year off from school, so like right now, like my friends are graduating, and it's like bittersweet for me because like I'm supposed to be graduating too, but my depression and anxiety got the best of me. So like I started failing classes, started skipping classes. Like, I just couldn't do it. And like teachers are always like, like if something's wrong, get help, talk to the counselor because they're free. But then when you miss class because you're trying to focus on your mental health and get your shit together, it's like, oh yeah, well, we're not giving you makeup work, so you're failing. And it's like, but you said I could get help. Whatever. The education system is like fucked up. But yeah, so it's bittersweet. My friends are graduating and I'm proud of them. Like, yes, shout out to y'all. I'm really proud of y'all. But it's also kind of sad because like I'm not graduating. But again, that's where like I start overthinking and anxiety comes in. But it's like I have to stop giving myself like time limits on things. Like, I don't have a deadline to graduate. I just have to do it when I'm at my best, mentally, physically. And I just have to keep telling myself that, like, okay, no, I didn't graduate with my friends, but I'm still going to graduate. I'm still going to get my college degree. And it's also kind of crazy that like I have all of these issues, but I'm a psych major. Isn't it ironic? Like, I also was suffering from PTSD, not severely though. It was just mainly because a guy tried to take advantage of me. So like I had got like PTSD from that. Like, he tried to take advantage of me sexually. So luckily it didn't go that far, but like it was still traumatizing. Like, I like that's a conversation that I really don't want to have because I know it's going to make this video much longer. But I will say this, that like we need to teach men that like what we wear is not does not define who we are. Like, we should teach guys how to, take no for an answer. And girls shouldn't get punished for wearing short skirts at school. Oh, we're getting sent home because we're distracting boys. How about we teach boys not to get easily distracted by a woman who's wearing a short dress? Like, it freaking bothers me. Like, listen to Melanie Martinez's song Strawberry Shortcake and you understand. Like, But yeah, guys don't understand the word no sometimes. If I say I'm not going to have sex with you, do not try to convince me. Like, that's still rape. Like, if you pressure someone into having sex and they only say yes just so the situation doesn't get worse or because they're scared, to me, that's still rape. Like, you coerced me into having sex with you, basically, and that's not okay. I've been in a situation like that. Never again will I let someone pressure me into having sex with them. Like, I've grown from it. And you don't think that you would let it happen because, like, oh, like, I was always that girl. Like, I'm not going to let some guy take advantage of me. Like, I know the word no. Like, I'm going to push them off me. I'm going to fight. But then when you're in that situation, your body shuts down sometimes, you know. It's that flight or fight type of moment. But yeah, like in like both situations, I kind of blamed myself. The first one, I let the guy in my room, so I blamed myself. Like, well, I let him in my room. It was past midnight, but it's not my fault. Especially when I told him, like, no, I don't want to have sex with you. The fact that he kept trying and he got on top of me, and I froze. It was like no, that's his fault. He did that. Luckily, he did like stop. It didn't go all the way, but it's still wrong. And he like yeah, no, like that's not okay. The second situation, he coerced me into having sex. I was scared. I tried to like get away from him, but he kept following me. And yeah, he pressured me into having sex and he like pinned me down and I just kind of gave in because I didn't want it to get worse, I guess. And also he was super drunk and he was like so strong. And like as you guys can see, like I'm really tiny. Like I only weigh 98 pounds. Like I'm like strong to like a certain point, but like this man was like 28, like built like really husky. Like I tried and it didn't work, and so I kind of just let it happen, I guess. But never again. Like, will I ever let a guy take advantage of me? Like even now, like when guys are trying to hang out with me, I'm always like, if you're just trying to have sex with me, don't come over. I'm not coming over. Like that's not what I want. Luckily it hasn't happened again. Like there are guys out there who need to like understand that no means no. And it's really traumatizing. Especially like I always thought like I would never be in like that situation. And then I was. So yeah. I talked to my therapist about it and she's like, you know, like I suppressed it down so much. Like I didn't tell like anyone. Like I think I told like my closest friends, like two of my friends. My ex-boyfriend ended up finding out, and then like it was just a whole like kind of like overwhelming situation for me, and I didn't want to deal with it, so I didn't want to tell anyone. I don't even think my mom knows. So like she sees this video, she might, yeah. But like I just kind of opened up about it the other day on my Instagram account. No means no, people. And that goes for girls and guys. Not like it's not just guys out here taking advantage. I know there are some like crazy girls out there who, you know, do the same thing. But no means no. Like don't force anyone to have sex with you. And I think especially today in like society, we forget to like ask for consent. I mean, I don't. But like there are people who really don't ask for consent. They kind of just jump right into it because oh, she came over to my house at 3 in the morning. So that automatically means she wants to have sex. Maybe she just wants to spend time with you, even if it is 3 in the morning. Maybe that's when she's like the most awake. Like, I don't know. Like, regardless of the time of day, time of night, that does not mean, oh, well, she's here at 3 in the morning. That doesn't mean that that's the okay to have sex with someone. Like, just ask, like, hey, can we have sex? And if she says no, don't try. Don't ask her, well, why not? Like, don't try to convince her or him. Like, don't do it. You know, these things should be taken more seriously. We need to talk about it more, like, starting at a young age, because there are, like, young kids who are, like, 8 years old who are killing themselves because they're getting bullied and they feel alone and depressed. And parents, like, there are some parents who don't know how to talk about it. with their children. So like it really does need to be like a thing. I feel like it should be taught in school. Like we get taught so many things that's unnecessary, like especially in math. Ugh, don't get me started. But like we really do need like a class that teaches kids like about depression and how to get help and how to deal with it and how to love themselves and to know their worth. You know, a lot of times we do have our family who says, you know what, always love yourself. You know, always love yourself. Know that you are worthy of it. But it's like, okay, you're telling me that I need to love myself, but how? Like, I don't know. Like, because like my mom always said that to me. And then as I got older, and I would try to, but like, there were so many times where I felt like I was a piece of shit. Like I was worthless and like I wasn't good enough. So it was like, if I'm feeling this way, like how can I not? Like help me understand. And like a lot of parents don't know how to have those conversations. Fuck, I'm crying. But like, at least like for me, like I know like there's like a missing void because like my dad died at like the day before I turned 2. Ew, crying is gross. My dad died before I turned 2. And so for me, I kind of like, it's like this empty like hole in my chest, I guess. So like I always try to fill it with like guys. Like when I like a guy, I like a guy and I want them to like be my soulmate, and I love and that's okay. Like that's fine. Like it's fine. The problem is it's like when I get the guy, I forget that we're both freaking human. And so like I tend to look at the guy like he's above me. And that's where the problem like comes in, because it's like I feel like when I look at them as if they're above me or they better, you know, some of them notice that and then they take advantage of that. Cause like it's just not going nowhere. And I'm that girl who gives 1,000,002 chances. Like if I love you and I'm in love with you, if you do me wrong, like I'll cry about it, I'll get angry, like I will key your car. I've done that. Like, and I still forgave the person. And it's like, and then at the end of the relationship, like I get taken advantage of because, you know, they expect me to always kind of be there because I want them or I crave them so bad. So like I'm learning not to do that. I'm worth so much more than that. Like I had a guy tell me that I was worth nothing more than just sex, and we spent almost a decade together. Obviously I know he said it just to piss me off, but the fact that you can still say that to someone that you claim you love is like fucked up. But that's the type of things that like I kind of accept it. Like I will allow him to talk to me any kind of way, and we'll argue and I'll say mean things back. Like I've been emotionally abusive to him too. I've been toxic to other people. For me, it was just kind of like, okay, this person is like bringing me down so much, like emotionally. But you know, when I tried to commit suicide, like that same person was there for me in the hospital with me all night. You know, when I needed to escape, like we went on a long drive and we went outside at like 2 a.m. listening to my favorite songs. Like that was the same person. So it was kind of like, how can he be like this way but then also be this way? Like, and so like I kept forgiving because I was like, he's a good person, but you know, and he is a good person, but at the same time he's not good for me. You know, yeah, he helped me through a lot, but I had to realize that, like, even though I love this person and, you know, they've done some messed up things, but they also did some great things. I have to understand that, like, you know, he's good for someone else. He's not good for you. So my therapist has been helping me find ways to fill that hole for myself. Like, you know, she's like, do things that you love. Do things that you want to do that's going to fill that hole. You don't need a man to do that for you. So yeah. Ew, I can't believe I cried. This was not supposed to be that type of video. But yeah, I wanted to share that. And again, you're never alone. That's just my little story time. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Even if it's from a complete stranger. Like, sometimes the people closest to you can't be the ones to help you. It has to be someone you don't know. And that's fine. But don't be afraid to ask for help. Yeah, and check in on your friends, even if they seem like they are the happiest person, because that was me. I was happy. I was always going out. Like, yeah, the whole time. A bitch was like, I don't want to be here. Like I said, I got the help, and I luckily have like good friends around me now. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Like I said, ask for help. Know that you are loved, you are wanted, and you are worthy. Everybody on this earth is worth something. So, yeah.